Don't freeze when she go on them knees. You know what time it is? I like motherfucking rap, never like chat, that's why it's sad. Big up Jackie, stop wake me up.
You're listening to Spark FM. Online.
Wake me up. 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 Cause when I wake up in the morning and you suck my wool, that is a head start. That is the best start. Girl, when I wake up in the morning and you suck my wool, that is the head start. That is the best start. Nice.
Put me on my toes, girl, you shiver my nerves. Your tongue giving me blows, girl, all my eyes closed. Wow, put me on my toes, girl, you shiver my nerves. Your tongue giving me blows, girl, all my eyes closed. Wake me up before Zangoli, sucking on my toes. Must be a fantasy, I there for you, you there for me. Wake me up before Zangoli, sucking on my toes. Must be a fantasy, I there for you, you there for me. Salute you in the morning, in the morning, in the morning. Wow, nice. In the morning, nice. In the morning, wow, wow.
Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. We are back in the building. We missed you guys. It feels good to be back. It's on and popping.
Get up some energy now.
And I mean, I'm trying to figure out, I'm trying to wait till they get in. I don't want to give my good
song is called Wake Me Up.
My good morning spiel.
Wow.
But yes. We are fresh off of the Miami Carnival.
Wake me up, yeah.
Carnival Tabanca has set in. We are back in America.
We are back in America.
It's so funny because it does seem like Miami is a different country when you go for Carnival.
It does.
So weird.
It feels like a whole new world.
Yeah, a whole new world with seating. Okay, I'm not gonna sing the whole song because I do know most of the words.
Do you?
I mean,
the real words or the sauce?
I mean, it depends on what you mean and how you feel about it at the moment. How you mean? But yes, people, good morning, good morning, good morning. Wake up, wake up, wake up. We are back in the building. Your favorite morning show host, your favorite morning show, your favorite morning show radio station. We are back in the building, back in Boston. It is Thursday. And while Tristan resets the whole entire studio, so that it could be well in its way for you guys to be entertained. We're going to start with a quick check-in. Let's start with Miss Tony because she has a pretty interesting check-in story.
I'm here. I'm doing good. I'm doing as I'm trying to put things in perspective. But I'm doing all right. I'm here. I'm alive. God is good. The airline completely lost my luggage when we got to Miami, to Fort Lauderdale.
Before we even got to Miami,
before we got on the plane in Boston, they lost my luggage.
It was gone.
It was gone and has never been found, has never been recovered. So I had to go down to Miami with absolutely nothing. Literally the drawers on my back. Got cussed out by a Jamaican man because of that, which is bizarre behavior.
But is it surprising?
I don't know if it is surprising. I had hopes. I'm always very hopeful. Anyways, the Jamaican man cussed me out, blocked me because I was not answering his phone calls as I was trying to find more clothes than the drawers on my back. Weird behavior. Anyhow,
who's a Jamaican man?
A nice Jamaican man.
Well,
he was nice.
He was nice till he went crazy. Anyhow, never found my bag. Never ever found my bag. That night we had tickets when we got in Friday evening. We had tickets to No Borders. I had to borrow an outfit from a girl, rinse out my drawers, and put it back on backwards. Like dry it with the blow dryer. in the bathroom, things like that. That's the kind of stuff that I was going through. And then we went to No Borders and we had a great time. Very, very good show. No Borders, liked it. I thought No Borders was supposed to be all DJs, but there were some performances there. Very, very good thing. Good time. So then the next morning was Juve. Thank goodness that Juve gave us a t-shirt, so I had that to wear. And my good friends, my sister and my best friend, my sisters, took care of me, and I ended up with a panty to put on to go to Juve.
Okay, panties.
As well. Literally asked out at Juve. Great time. Played with Bayesian forever. Great time. Once we caught the vibe was caught and we catched it. And that was a great time. Miami Juve, undefeated. Nothing like Miami Juve. Nothing like Miami Juve. So we had a great time there. I still had no clothes at this point. So after Miami Juve, covered in paint, powder, mud, and foam, we went on a shopping spree at Walmart.
And found some very stellar.
Shout out to Walmart for my stellar Miami wardrobe that I ended up with. So we did that. I got clothes then. And then what did we attend Saturday night? Nothing. We crashed. We was knocked out Saturday night.
We went to the beach?
No. We didn't do anything.
No, but Saturday we did. Saturday was Carnival Day.
Saturday was Juve.
Saturday Juve.
So after Juve, we didn't do nothing?
We went shopping and we went to sleep.
Oh.
We was tired. We was emotionally spent. There was a lot of stuff in my luggage that belonged to all of us. So we were missing a lot of things. Sauce literally packed in a backpack because she was depending on the things in my bag.
Yes.
My best friend's contacts were in my bag. She ended up with glasses all weekend. She's cute though, so it's cool. What else? So then Sunday, we had a nice beach day. Spent some time at the Clevelander, which was a really nice time. They had a football-themed event going on there. Had a few drinks. Went to Wet Willie's, which is under construction and looking really weird, but it's still there, still standing. So we got our koozies for boobies there and hung out down South Beach basically all day on Sunday, which was a good time. We had a good time there. Monday. We went out to Stink and Dutty. Stink and Dutty was, the surprise, the curveball that was in our trip because that wasn't part of the plan. Stink and Dutty is something that I would always go to.
So this is their second year?
This is the second year for Stink and Dutty in Miami. Mm-hmm. I had a amazing time. It was really, really nice. It was on Virginia Key Beach, which is where Rise versus Shine usually is on Friday nights. I don't think they have that anymore on Friday.
Which is unfortunate because I like that.
I felt like that was a signature event, right?
Yeah.
They don't have that anymore, but it was on a different part of Virginia Key Beach. Very, very great time. Paint, powder, Stink and Dutty people. Very, very nicely curated event. Had a great time. Rolled in the sand with a man and got stung up by sandflies. My body is on fire. And then left Stink and Dutty Part 2, SSS Blue. What do you say about SSS Blue? What can you say about SSS Blue?
I say rated best fed.
Man, SSS Blue is a thing that if you're going to Miami Carnival, you must go to SSS Blue. Amazing time. Made the best of it. Thank goodness for my support system that was with me. I ended up having a great time. On the way back from Miami, my sister and I ended up in first class. I don't know how that happened. What do you say about first class?
It's not real first class. It's like
the big front seats.
Class first.
So we got the big front seats, which came with free alcoholic beverages and snacks.
I got tore up. I was tore up.
Very, very happy about that. And, came back home to face reality, which is always, Anyhow, I'm back home.
Reality.
Miami was nice. Very, very glad that we went. And that's my story. And they still haven't found my bag.
At the end of the day, they still have not found
not found my bag.
Rumor has it the bag was still not found.
Yeah, not even rumor has it.
So did you go to the office there?
We went to the office there. We went to, so we flew on Spirit. No Spirit slander up until now because Spirit has done well by me. We went to the Spirit office. We spent about an hour there. We went to Southwest office. We went to Alaska Air's office. We put out APBs for my bag all over the place. We called Florida, Orlando, Atlanta, everywhere. No one knows where my bag is. The person at the Spirit counter never put a tag on my bag and threw it on the belt. So they have no idea where my bag is at all with all of my everything brand new in the bag. So my bag is gone, missing, in limbo. That's that. The Juve wig, everything.
Not the Juve wig.
Everything's gone. It's material stuff, but it's the principle of the matter. You know what I mean? Like material stuff that can be replaced, that's nothing. But it's the whole principle of the matter and all the stuff that you know, whatever. But again, made the best of it. Had an amazing time. I'm really, really glad I went. No regrets on my trip.
No regrets and no borders.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had a wonderful time too. I stuck to my guns. I went to my 2 fetes and I had a time. I had a friggin' time. And we're back here to the bullshit. And so it begins. And we're just gonna be here just you know, trucking along. We're gonna truck along. Couldn't even buy a goddamn tea today at the Dunkin' Donuts. Everything was denied. Whatever. My sister was there. She gave me $3. I got a tea. I'm good to go. Everything turn up. Yeah.
I had a great time this year. And well, no, let me not say that.
What was your best bet?
It's always SSS for me. It's always gonna be SSS.
And then next, pretty fat citrus.
I didn't go citrus this year. But yes, I love citrus. That's
See,
my
I was looking at the this Team Soca or what is it? Soca.
Team Soca. Follow Soca.
Follow Soca. They were asking people to rate their best fet, and from what I have rediscovered from everybody who has chimed in, it was brunch and soca.
Oh,
really?
And that's interesting.
Yeah,
we went to that last year and it was nice.
I had a good time. I don't think that I didn't have a good time. I remember because I did a reel of that party, and that from what I saw, we had a grand time. A good time. But that's what maybe it got better this year. Juve obviously is a must. Citrus is a must. SSS and Stinkin' Dutty is a must. Those are the ones that people say, like if you're gonna, from Friday to Monday, that would be your lineup there. And I was like, that's not too bad. I think I would add Citrus and attempt Stinkin' Dutty and SSS Blue at the same time. But I just don't want to miss any part of SSS Blue.
The transition really wasn't bad. We took an Uber, so we had to, you know, find a way home. And getting off of Virginia Key Beach because it's on a key, so we have to go over the bridge, and it was a lot of traffic there. So I think that was a mistake. But if we had driven and were able to get out of there on time, it would have been, you know, real smooth. I still had an amazing time at SSS Blue, even though we got there fairly late. But how was Bon Ami? How was that Wednesday night?
It was okay. It was all right. So Bon Ami's Scoops from Boston, that was his signature event that he does every Wednesday. He had a decent crowd.
Is that the only event that's happening on Wednesday? Or is there more?
No, there was another event that was pretty packed. But for some reason, a lot of people seemed like they were scared about the hurricane. Didn't go out on Wednesday night. But the party was still good. Trinidad Killer came out. Shout outs to Sean Prince, who's out there selling food. And also shout outs to
By the Pine.
They were out there holding it down for the Boston crew. But shout outs to Boston in general. We was outside.
We was outside. Wow, we was outside.
Yeah. It was like, low-key felt like we was here.
Yeah.
So, like, we definitely, I guess, people saw, you know, shout out to the people that went there last year. Definitely made people, you know, strap up and get prepared for this year. Miami's expensive.
It's expensive.
Miami is really expensive.
Miami Carnival to go to all the events that you want to go to. Yeah. It's a pretty penny. It's a pretty penny.
So you gotta make some decisions to figure out what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
So this year I paced myself. Last year I went to every goddamn thing.
Well, that's what we were going over our schedule from last year. Last year we did the most. We went to a lot of events last year. We didn't do that this year. Like I said, we went down there for literally Juve and SSS Blue were the things that we went for, and then I ended up going to Stinkin' Dutty, which was nice, and we ended up going to No Borders, which wasn't bad, but that was good for me. I would add Citrus, and that's probably the only thing that I would add, but I liked it. I liked the way we did the trip this year. I think we got we got equal parts of rest. We were able to rest, which I liked. We had our good beach day, which was really, really nice. And those are the things that I look forward to. We always do beach day on Sunday because we don't usually typically attend Carnival itself.
The only thing that we did not do was go sit down in Adelita's.
I know.
Ay, Dios mío. Ay, Dios
And our
mío.
hotel was 5 minutes from Adelita's.
And there's so many more other Honduran restaurants out there.
Are they?
There's mad of them.
Oh.
Yeah. I will say this though. SSS Blue. I love it. Best fat.
Yep.
People be drinking too much. I'm talking to the DJs and the mic men. People be drinking too much for the instruction time. We don't need to do A, B, C, D. We don't need to do everything. They had us doing everything. Where the water? Where the water? Where the powder? Show the powder. Wait. And I was like, what the hell?
You had
And
to
it's
be
like,
drunk by then because I don't remember any of that.
I didn't hear none of that.
I didn't hear none.
I
didn't hear none of
I
that.
did because
Did you? Oh, well, yeah. You have a different. You have a DJ listening ear. So
I just don't know. We don't need all the instructions. We want to hear the music. We don't want to hear. I don't want to hear. Where the birthday girl? We come here for Carnival.
I don't know. I sat on a cooler and watched a
That's
man
it.
die and had a great time.
And watch the man die.
Oh.
I was like, oh, I think he's. Oh.
And then she come over, guys, I think somebody over there just died. I go over there, the man is rolling around. You can't just say that in a party.
He looks like he was dying to me because he kept like, like that. Like that. Anyhow.
But
yeah,
I had a great
he didn't
time. It was a lot of love out there. Shout out to the Soca crew.
Yeah. It was awesome.
Bouillon win this year, boy. Bouillon took the trophy.
Yeah, Bouillon was everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Wowzers.
I was mad I didn't make it to the Juve band.
Tristan, when are you going to make it to your band?
So
I
shout out
promise.
to Riverland Mass because they run first place.
I
for
saw
Juve
them.
band. So
I
let
don't
me
know
drop
why
the
you
ball.
didn't see them.
I got there too late.
Oh.
That's whatever though. So.
You need to go with a crew that gets there on time.
Yeah.
Anyhow, people, that was our Carnival recap. We have a great show lined up for you guys today. We have an interview with Nikki Styles coming in to tell us about the beauty soiree that's going down next week. So many things happening, so many things going on. We'll get to them. We'll get back acclimated into the ish of things, and we'll just keep it moving. We will keep it moving today. With that said, let's get into the show. Saucy and Friends officially starts right now.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Igniting the airwaves. Spark FM. Spark FM. We play your music your way all day, every day. The People Station.
What is that? What is that?
Spark FM.
Ooh, 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 ooh. Did it? Hey. I don't know. I just love.
Get them instructions.
I just love to be there. You know, like I just want to be there where the music is playing loud and everybody's just having a grand time. I like these kind of rhythms. You just friggin' jumping and getting on. Today is Thursday. Today is Thursday, the 16th of October. It's approximately 9:37. What is it?
What, Thursday the 17th?
Today is Thursday, the 17th of October. It is 9:37 a.m. and it is Thursday. It's Thursday.
Yes.
I'm going to remember that because I don't know what day it is. First of all, it is very hard to keep up with the number of the day month because when is it ever? What does everybody even know?
Huh?
Like
what
if
are
I
you
didn't
saying?
Like if I didn't say it was October 17th, would you guys going to know that it was October 17th?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have known. I never know that part. I can know what day it is. I can know what year. No. I'm saying if you didn't have it on your phone, would you know? Would you know? You wouldn't know.
There's certain dates that's like markers, but nah. Probably.
I mean,
Yeah.
like, I feel like I would know because we know that we traveled back on the 15th and this is 2 days
Nope.
later.
That's way beyond my nope. I didn't even know that we traveled back on the 15th. I had no idea what that number was. I know we was traveling back on Tuesday. Where's my phone?
I go look, but the people need to hear you, so
I know,
you go
but
there.
I'm trying to get the.
I go.
Weather.
Oh, you get dropped.
Yes. I'm not looking at it because I want it. I'm trying to give you guys the rest of the show. Today is, again, Thursday. It is going to be, it's 44 degrees right now. It's going to be a high of 56, which is not anything. And tonight it's going to be cold as hell. And that is one thing that it is. It is friggin' cold. It's cold. We are back into the fold of things. It is freezing.
Yeah, but then I think it's supposed to warm up later this week. We're supposed to go back up into the 70s.
Yep. So Friday, tomorrow's going to be 59. I'll skip right on over to Monday, which is going to be a full 76 degrees.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's damn near 80s. So we're back into the summer on Monday, and then we drop right back down by Thursday.
Yeah, because I definitely had to pull out this little winter coat this morning.
Yeah, this is the weather where. This is when people tend to get sick, so make sure you stay with your layers and have a jacket around, because, this is that season.
I've definitely got a little tickle in my throat.
A little tickle. Let's get into this. Green Line train was traveling more than 3 times the speed when it fell off the tracks. And that is terrible because of the fact that that person is in very big trouble right now.
This is from 2 weeks ago?
Yeah. On October 1st, yeah. An MBTA Green Line trolley was traveling more than 3 times the speed limit and failed to stop for a signal before this month's derailment, according to a preliminary report released by the National Transportation Safety Board on Wednesday afternoon. The trolley derailed during the evening commute on October 1st, shortly after the eastbound train departed from Leechmere Station in Cambridge. Train service in the area was shut down for more than a day. The NTSB reported Green Line train, whatever, entered a 10 miles per hour zone at 36. Damn, it was speeding. At 36 miles per hour, passed through a double red signal where it was supposed to stop and reached a switch that was still moving. When the train passed over the switch, the lead truck of its leading rail car continued straight, while the next 2 trucks of the same rail car took the diverging track and then derailed. The derailment occurred as the eastbound Green Line train was approaching Red Bridge Interlocking, an area of track where the Medford Tufts branch of Green Line intersects with the Union branch. 7 passengers suffered minor injuries. Man, I wish it was me. God! As a result of the derailment, and were transported to a hospital. I would have been hella flighted. What is it? Helicopter flight? Med flighted out of there. The 50 remaining passengers on board were able to evacuate the train and exit the tracks through an emergency exit on the railroad right out in the way of the uninjured. Some passengers who were on board the train said they believe speed may have been a factor. Almost immediately after leaving the station, I knew the train was going too fast, a passenger said. The thought that ran through my mind was, oh, it's actually happening. So I grabbed a railing. That's crazy.
Yeah,
what y'all do if y'all got derailed on a train?
Man, you don't understand the sewage that would occur.
Boy, I tell you, I would have been laid out screaming, decapitated and all, and they wouldn't have been decapitated. I would have been decapitated.
Oh,
they would have had to sew my neck right back onto my body because I would have been. They would have named the tea the MB Hot Sauce A because that is what it had to be. Y'all would all be riding the hot sauce. Tough crowd.
Use the other one.
Huh?
Use the other one.
Yours?
Yeah.
Man struck by an MBTA bus at Forest Hill Station has died. Oh, father. Ooh, the MBTA is not faring too well, is it? That's terrible. A man who was struck by an MBTA bus outside of Forest Hill Station in Boston on Saturday has died of his injuries. The incident occurred shortly after noon as the bus station in Jamaica Plain. The man was taken to Beth Israel Hospital with life-threatening injuries, where he later died. He has not been publicly identified. Authorities shut down part of busy Washington Street Saturday afternoon to investigate. Witnesses said the situation was difficult to watch. It's sad because he has to live with those injuries and feelings. His family has to live with that, said Mr. Binga, the owner of nearby dance studio, because yes, origination is over there. The people that saw it and the bus driver, it's very, very sad. Officials say the case remains under investigation and no charges have been filed. More details were not immediately available, but we'll keep you guys updated with all of that when we get it. That sucks. MBTAs, they need to sit down for a little bit.
That Forest Hills, there's a lot of stuff happening over there at Forest Hills all the time. People getting hit and shot and knocked down, stabbed, all kinds of things.
This one I was this one is I was hearing on the news yesterday. A woman dies after a shooting and a stabbing at Fall River home. What the hell actually happened here? Can you pull up that actual clip? Don't I know him?
Is that a murder suicide?
What's that picture of that black man just now? Where did you see that at?
Huh?
No, him. I feel like I know him from somewhere. Oh, he threw hot coffee at somebody. That's terrible.
It's our son. He is always up.
A woman has died after a stabbing and shooting at a home in Fall River. Officers were called at 4:37 a.m. to address on the 400 block of Dickerson Street, where they found Remy O, 42, suffering from a gunshot wound, and a 55-year-old man with multiple stab wounds. Both people were taken to the local trauma center, where O was later pronounced dead. The man is currently in stable condition. The pair has not been identified. Detectives assigned to the Major Crimes Division and the State Police Detective Unit are currently investigating. What do you guys think happened there?
Murder-suicide.
She was... Who?
She stabbed him.
She stabbed him up, and he shot her. She stabbed him up. So that was murder-suicide. What is it? No, that was a fight. That was a brawl. them peoples was fighting. Let's get into this. Let's see.
I think that it happens anywhere within the city.
Violence in a Fall River neighborhood. Police rushed to Dickinson Street shortly after 4:30 this morning.
I got up to go to the bathroom at a little before 5, and there were lights going through my, and when I looked out, I saw police cars.
Fall River police say 2 people were injured. A 42-year-old woman found inside with a single gunshot to the head. A 55-year-old man suffered stab wounds to his head and neck. Neighbors we talked with say they don't recall any trouble at the home, and residents kept to themselves.
Very surprising and a little nerve-wracking.
Investigators spent several hours in and out of the home carrying what appear to be bags of evidence. A crime scene that's an unusual sight for this residential street.
This is a family-friendly neighborhood. We all talk to each other when we see each other out and about. Never had any issues around here.
I just know that it's not something you want to see happen anywhere, let alone nearby.
Both victims transported to the hospital. Police say the woman is in critical condition, the man in stable condition. Live in Fall River, Sarah Conji, WCVB News Center 5.
Oh, she did die. Yeah, she did die. Yeah, that woman ended up succumbing to her wounds, and she did die. Boston Teachers Union is staging more walkouts at schools across the district.
Hold on, I didn't think I put the link there. Hold on, give me a second.
Which day?
You got it?
What?
Boston Teachers. Oh, I did put the link in. Okay.
Which day?
I thought I didn't have the link in there.
Oh, yes, it's there. The Boston Teachers Union is fighting for better pay for teachers and paraprofessionals, among other things. So Boston teachers are scheduled to hold walk-ins outside 5 schools across the district Thursday morning as they continue rallying in ongoing contract negotiations. First of all, I didn't even know that they were striking in the first place. Did you know that?
No, I thought they striking?
Apparently.
What's a staging?
Walk-in? I don't know.
Was that a form of striking too?
Yeah, walk-ins. It's called. The Boston Teachers Union is fighting for better pay for teachers and paraprofessionals. They're also asking for what they're calling inclusion done right. They say the district needs to properly staff the inclusion model used in classrooms for students with special needs and English language learners. The union, whose contract expired on August 31st, right before the start of the new school year, has been in negotiations with Boston Public Schools since January. A new contract would cover about 8,000 educators in the district.
Okay.
Boston teachers have been working without a contract since the start of the school year.
Why
and today, the teachers union plans to speak out before the school bell rings. We want to bring in NBC 10's Alicia Palumbo live in Brighton this morning. Alicia, you're there ahead of the walk-in. What are these educators calling for?
Well, Latoya, this is a continuation of earlier walk-ins. The union actually staged citywide walk-ins last month, and now they're doing it again this morning. So they're fighting for various things like better pay for teachers and paraprofessionals. They're also asking for what they're calling inclusion done right. They say the district needs to properly staff the inclusion model used in classrooms for students with special needs and English language learners. Their contract expired on August 31st, right before the start of the school year. The union has been in negotiations with BPS since February. The contract would cover about 8,000 educators in BPS. The walk-ins are meant to draw attention to their ongoing contract battle and demand movement in negotiations with the city without going to the extreme of going on strike. And these walk-ins happen before the school day starts, as we said, so as not to impact students or time in learning. They are scheduled to be held outside of 5 different schools this morning, including right here at Brighton High School starting at 7 a.m. For now, we're live in Brighton. Alicia Palumbo, NBC 10 Boston.
So a walk-in is a demonstration or protest in which the participants assemble outside a facility, gain media exposure, and then enter the facility in unison.
Oh, so they walk into the building
together.
Oh, no. Oh, that's...
They meet outside. They get everybody wondering why all the teachers is outside, and they hold hands, and then they walk inside, and then they go to do their work.
Oh. Don't they just walk in together like that every morning?
Regular mornings, they walk in differently. They have the coffee and things like this. This time, you probably walk in with a little sign.
Regular
because the
mornings,
media.
they have the walkouts.
They walk out. Walk out to Dunkin' Donuts and stuff. Now we all got to meet up here at the same time. Everybody get your coffee one time and go into the building all together now.
Good.
Does the badge on the Fall River police car say, "We'll try"?
Here's the thing that I want to know, though. Why would the union allow them to go into the new school year with no contract? I feel like that's something that you need to
because
get
I
out
don't
of the
think
way.
that they can protest when school starts, or else they get fined all the time. They get big fines, so they have to. They have
Lawanda
to.
said the walk-ins happen 30 minutes before school starts. Okay, thank you, Lawanda.
I don't think that they. What you just asked?
Why would the union allow them to start without a contract?
I think that they have to. I don't know. That's a good question. We got to get somebody from the teachers union in here.
I mean, we had our good friend Mary Schipper in here one time.
No, but she's not from the union. She is the superintendent. She would be the outside. She'd be the opposite of the union.
She's the one that they are protesting.
Yes. we need them on the ground floor. There's a couple of people.
Get the union people in general because I have some questions. I think we're the only state that Uber drivers are getting paid $32 an hour.
So that's those questions are on the ballot.
Or what was on the ballot, the last voting?
Was it?
Yeah,
they got it.
They got it.
No, wait, no. I'm saying, but there was no questions on the primaries, on the last general.
Yeah, the representation. Oh, yeah, yes, it was.
Yeah, there was question. The question about the Uber drivers was on the last something.
Not the very last one. There was no questions on the very last ballot that we had for the primaries. Let me see. Questions on the ballot. When was that? But what I know, if it passed, it passed. But it wasn't on the last one. It probably was the general elections prior to that. Questions on the ballot. What's the next one, Tom?
What do we have? Police searching for a suspect accused of assault and battery with a hot coffee at a Roxbury Dunkin' Donuts.
This is the black guy that I was just looking like. He looks very, very familiar.
Because he looks like Owen. Authorities are asking for the public's help locating a suspect accused of using hot coffee as a weapon Saturday morning. Boston police say the man pictured is wanted for assault and battery with a dangerous weapon incident that occurred just before 9 a.m. at the Dunkin's on Washington Street. Is that the one there in Nubian Square? The dangerous weapon listed in the police report was a hot coffee. Details of the incident weren't immediately available. The suspect is described as a black man with a beard, wearing a black sweatshirt, tan pants, and carrying a black bag. Tristan, I'm about to turn you in.
I was going to say, yep, they got him.
Because he looks very, very, very.
He looks like the black man.
You look out back.
He do look like the black man. I do know all the black men, but I feel like
I saw him everywhere in Miami. This guy, he was everywhere. Yeah. Everywhere, from everywhere too.
You think that? Let me ask you guys a question. You think when reports go out like this, the news has a little more due diligence, and to just put out little information?
Yeah, what speed?
Yeah, definitely speed.
I think that they tried to get the story out as quick as possible, and whatever they have at the moment, that's what they use. Like this picture. I mean, this picture's pretty clear. It's pretty. Yeah, it's pretty. Like y'all can't find him. I mean, what did he do? He threw a coffee at somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, is that arrestable? I mean, it is
it's assault with a dangerous weapon.
Yeah. But like, how many years do you get, or is that more of a fine assault, or is that like?
It could depend. It could also be aggravated assault. It could be multiple charges.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
what you in for? I threw my coffee at somebody.
I don't think they're gonna give him like you get jail time for that. Probably it's just a fine or something like that.
A little probation for a little week probation. You can't get no coffee for a month or something.
You banned from this Dunkin' Donuts location.
On the ballot in November 5th, there will be 4 state auditors, authority to audit the legislature. Question 2 will be elimination of MCAS as high school graduation requirements. Question 3 would be unionization for transportation network drivers. So I don't know if it didn't pass yet because the unionization is on the ballot for November 5th.
Something else you said. Oh, and don't forget the one about legalizing mushrooms.
Yep. Limited legalization and regulation of certain natural psychedelic substances. And question 5, minimum wage for tipped workers. These are all big questions. These are all really, really big questions. And we'll go through those starting next week, Tuesday. We'll start to go through these questions so you guys know what's going on. I'm actually going to send this to Tristan so you guys can have all the information that you need about this next election and the votes on November 5th. There's a lot going. God damn.
I'm about to be an Uber driver.
Huh?
I'm about to be an Uber driver.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you know that rent-a-car places offer discounts if you rent their cars to do Uber.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Yep.
Put this one in the put this one I'm about to put in here in the comment section so people can know what's on the ballot when they get their ballot, because early voting is open, I believe.
Yes.
Is it open here?
I don't know, but you told us yesterday that Jimmy Carter was able to do his vote.
Jimmy Carter got his last wish out. I mean, nobody said he's dying right now, but he got his last wish out, and he got a chance to vote for Kamala Harris, and that's the one thing that he wanted to do before anything. Jessica says this is a big national and local election year. Go vote, even if it's not the president. I would rather, I'm at the point now where I think that the world is so damaged and crazy that I would rather people who don't know anything to kind of sit out the president. Just don't fill in that bubble. Fill in everything else, but leave that one alone. If you guys are confused about what you're supposed to be doing right now, leave the president one alone. You don't, just leave that completely alone. Y'all don't know what you're doing out here. Police searching for parents of Hingham student.
This is a big news story.
Let me open it up. Parents of Hingham student sue school district after son disciplined for using AI on a school project. What's wrong with that? He used a little chat GPT and y'all having a problem? The parents of a Hingham High School senior disciplined by school officials for using artificial intelligence on his social studies projects are now suing the school district, claiming that the boy's civil rights were violated. Dale and Jennifer Harris in Hingham claim in their lawsuit that their son, identified only as RNH in court paperwork, will suffer irreparable harm that is imminent after his teacher disciplined him and another classmate for using AI on their school project. He's been accused of cheating, and if it wasn't cheating, there was no rules in the handbook against AI, said Jennifer Harris, the student's mother. Let's go to the clip. Let me see.
She says when her son was a junior at Hingham High last year, he and another student used AI as a guide to take notes and outline for an AP U.S. history class. Harris says school leaders called this plagiarism.
On that semester, he got a C+ by 1 point.
So our argument to the school was, well, could you fail him with a 59 instead of a 53 so he can have a B-? Because that's, he's applying to top tier schools. He's applying to Stanford. He's applying to MIT. They see a C and it's going in the trash.
Harris says this isn't just about changing her son's grade. The mark on his record is affecting his college applications, and it prevented him from getting into the National Honor Society.
They said, but for this incident, he would have gotten in. It was a character issue. They don't think he has good character.
Because of all the repercussions, the Harris family is now suing Hingham Public School leaders for violating their son's civil rights to due process.
I think it's a much larger issue than public education is ready to handle yet, because it's still emerging.
The family's attorney says the big issue here is that Hingham schools didn't have a policy on the use of artificial intelligence in their handbook.
Maybe we could use this as an opportunity to do something different, which is to educate our students to embrace AI. It's a technology that they will ultimately need to be familiar with and to learn how to use properly.
Harris hopes this lawsuit not only helps her son, but also other students in the future. She says Hingham Schools has already added AI to its handbook this school year.
How do you know if you're crossing a line if the line isn't drawn?
I reached out to state leaders about this case, and they tell me DESE doesn't regulate AI for school districts at this point, but they do have a task force focused on AI use in education. In Hingham, I'm Lisa Pappas for your local station, Boston 25 News.
What do y'all think about that?
What they do, it was a research project that they had to turn in, and I like how they put it. He was using it as a guide to follow the research. Did he copy and paste it? Did he copy and paste and place it inside of his research paper? And is it plagiarism with AI? Because isn't that just drawing from a bunch of sources? And regardless, though, they need to know that even when you copy and paste, you're supposed to change a lot of the words around.
But when you use chat GPT, can't you say, like, make this sound like me or something like that? Ain't that?
Yeah, like, make it be my brain. Like, I don't get...
Well, the way AI works is that it basically like downloads information from everything. So if it doesn't have your track record, then it wouldn't know how to talk like you. So it's whatever is programmed to,
Eben says that he's a cheater. He didn't use his own brain, so he's a cheater.
No, I just feel, I think that I'm not iRobot, but I'm also not, Fred Flintstone. I just feel like AI is going to be a part of our world, and I think that it's going to give a lot of people level playing ground, and I think that if you use it honestly, in this case, I feel like he had to put in the prompts himself to get AI to tell him what to do. He had to make it sound good so that it can at least get a B or whatever it is that he was supposed to get. I don't know with this one. Because
I've never heard of a parent walking into school to get their kids' grade changed, even though it was a failing grade.
That was, that was my initial thought too. Like, them parents have time, right? Yeah. But then when she went into why they're doing it, like he was kicked, he wasn't allowed in the National Honor Society. He's having trouble getting into the the schools that he was trying to get into. So all those things. So I understand them wanting to fight for their son, but it's just, it's unfortunate, but they do have to make provisions, as the lawyer said, for AI, because it is something that's going to be a tool that a lot of people are going to use going forward.
AI is great, by the way. For anybody that hasn't used it, it's a great tool.
He's about to go to college. You can't use AI in college? Because I don't see myself writing all of them papers, 15-page paper on why the world is cold. Like, Chat GPT, can you write this paper for me real quick? Because who has time for that?
I think that's probably what they're trying to say, is that they want people to be able to use their own brain.
Oh, to hell with that.
I remember back in the day, we had like...
to hell with a brain.
Y'all remember the website that used to tell you like the brief synopsis of like every book?
Yep.
What was it? Cliff Notes.
Cliff Notes,
there you go. We used to have Cliff Notes.
It wasn't a website, though. You had to go buy the Cliff Notes back in the day.
I really I envy the people that are using the AI today.
Me too.
Yeah.
Cool.
Me too. I think I would have fared very much better than I did in school. had I had whatever. And I blame that on my ADHD. I can't sit down and be writing no 15-page paper. By the time I realize it's the day, it's 12 hours, it's 2 hours before, and I got to write a 12-page paper, and I don't know. The double space got to be quadruple space at this time, and the font got to be 20.
Yeah, Grace Richardson says using AI is using your brain. Luanda says he did use his brain. He was smart enough to get help to write a paper he couldn't do.
Absolutely. Yeah. I like it. Mm-hmm. That boy's smart. That shows good character.
He is smart.
U.S. women's soccer franchise apologized for inappropriate name launch. What was it?
What was it?
Niggas all us.
Pink tacos.
The National Women's Soccer League is launching a new team in Boston on Wednesday, and the team announced its name, but in a way that made a lot of people angry. The launch of the new Boss Nation Football Club on Wednesday featured a campaign called Too Many Balls and highlighted the many other male-centric sports teams in the city of Boston. Women's soccer fans didn't appreciate that the focus on the campaign was on all of the Boston's men's sports teams, while other fans argued that the campaign was transphobic by implying that only men have balls.
Oh.
The end result was the soccer team releasing a statement apologizing for the campaign they unveiled on the launch. While we had hoped to create a bold and buzzworthy brand, I'm so deflated.
Me too. Like, are you, like, come on. That has to be a thing that we have to get rid of, because that's not, I don't like that.
I need to talk to Donald Trump and Kamala Harris and find out who has the most better answer for how we're going to combat this. I don't want to go through my life believing that men and women have balls. Yep. And I don't want to go through my life believing that men and women have periods. These are the things that I don't want to go through life doing. It's not, I am not in any way I'm not even going to make that disclaimer because I don't have time for that. But I do want us to stop being ridiculous in this 2024 America that we're living in. It's out of control.
I don't want stupid to be the new normal. I don't want that. And it's just stupid. But if a
woman, I don't want to get into this conversation. I just don't feel like you should say a woman has balls.
Right.
I don't care how you identify. Like, that has nothing to do with me or anything like that. You, as a woman, I don't want to have balls.
Right. And I don't want to say childbearing person. I want to say a mother. Yeah. Like, like these things. I don't want all of this. I can't live in this world.
I don't want to be here.
And y'all got to vote.
Let me off. I'm tired.
We are proud to be part of the most inclusive sports league in the world and are committed to upholding and unifying values that define the NWSL and our club. Thank you all to all who have held us accountable by calling for us to do better. We hear you and we will together.
Because if that's the case, then how are they allowed to call it a women's soccer league?
I was just thinking about that. If that is the case and if this is where we're going, why do we still have a men's league and a women's league? Yeah. And who determines who's allowed to be in either league if everybody can be whatever they want to be all the time?
Evans, I don't...
Yo.
What'd he say? Put it on my channel.
Schneider says, are women who have balls even allowed to join the league?
That's what I'm saying.
First of all.
If I go in there, me... and I'd be like, hey, I just want you guys to know, full transparency, I still got 2 balls.
Yep.
Do I get to join the women's soccer team?
That's the first thing. And then Evan says they have strap-ons with no balls.
White boy!
What the hell?
You know what?
All right.
I'm tired.
Moving on. Because y'all don't want to be serious about nothing.
Nothing.
In Hyde Park, it could soon be time to stop and shots.
What? That's
Adam?
But that is
Stop and Shots.
That's the name.
The Boston Licensing Board decides tomorrow whether to let the new owner of the old Green Gardens Packies and Park and Market on West Milton Street in Hyde Park change the store's name to Stop and Shots Liquor and Deli.
Yeah.
Oh.
For real.
At the hearing today, Tom True, attorney for owner Battleson Pina, gave the reason for the proposed name change. Pina doesn't want to be associated with the previous owners, which whom they were unspecified issues, stigma even associated with them. He likes the alliteration of the S sound, and it's a play on Stop and Shop. Nobody, including the grocery chain, spoke against the proposed name change. Stop and Shots.
Stop and Shots.
It's cool. I like it.
That's a brand.
Yeah, Stop and Shots. That's I can see that on a T-shirt. It's a good brand. It's a good brand. Stop and Shots. It could be anything.
They sell booty injections there.
All right.
Good night. Don't comment no more.
There is a bill filed at the State House to remove. Go to the comments again.
Yeah.
Let's read it.
There's a bill filed at the State House to remove the words mother and father from all government documents, records, and regulations.
So what's this supposed to be? Caregiver? Caretaker? Parent?
Parental unit.
It's a guardian.
Guardian, yeah.
Guardian. I'm not my son's guardian.
Birthing guardian. Birth guardian.
Birth partner.
Birther.
Birth.
And can you even birth your children anymore? Isn't that something that we're not supposed? We're like hatch. Yeah, like hatch or something like that. Sack carrier.
Hardware wholesaler with 40 mass stores filed for bankruptcy, plans to sell business to rival.
That's so sad.
Which one is this?
True Value.
True Value, really?
True Value. Bankrupt.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I wonder why, instead of going bankrupt, I wonder how come they don't close most stores and focus on just a couple instead of bankrupting.
Some nice little homegrown ones.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Where's True Value?
Yeah, where's True Value, though?
Ain't there one across the street, up the street? That little Bayesian True Value.
Oh, that's a True Value?
Yeah.
No, that's
Bayesian
Ace Hardware.
Oh, it is? Oh.
It's Bayesian Hardware.
Pretty much, yeah. Well, yeah, I don't know.
Hardware wholesaler with 40 mass stores, so that is True Value. That sucks. That really sucks. Who they selling it to? Ace?
It must be sell it to Ace Hardware. And
Ace probably don't want all of them. Ace probably like, if y'all bankrupt, what makes you think that we not?
Girl,
Just
Ace
give
is
me
the place
two.
for your helpful hardware store.
Those people like Ace are real helpful.
They are. I don't know the difference.
What?
Well, I ain't been to no hardware store.
But it's a family hardware store. So you come in there, he treats you like family.
Oh, little Bayesian one. They really nice in there.
Oh, asshole. And last but not least, we have Rosie's Place. The first women's shelter in the U.S. celebrates 50 years of Rosie's Place.
That's awesome.
That's good for them. Who's that? Amaka Ubaka? 7 News. Amaka Ubaka was on hand to help celebrate the first women's shelter in the country on Tuesday. She took part in the Funny Woman Serious Business Luncheon in Boston to support Rosie's Place. Boston Mayor Michelle Wu also attended the event that featured stories of women whose lives have been changed by the shelter. Rosie's Place is a blessing to me, said McCann Campbell, who went to Rosie's Place. I always call it home away from home. They have done everything from jobs to paperwork to housing. Oh my God. Rosie Place was founded in 1974. It is celebrating its 50th anniversary. Shout out to Rosie's Place and everybody who has anything to do with that. She has a lot of body.
Business luncheon in Boston yesterday
Golly.
to support Rosie's Place. Boston Mayor Michelle Wu also attended the event that featured stories of women whose lives have been changed by this shelter.
Who was invisible?
Rosie's Place is a blessing to me. I always call Rosie's Place a home away from home. They have done everything from jobs to paperwork to housing. Oh my God.
Rosie's Place was founded in 1974. It is celebrating its 50th anniversary.
An incredible organization. Amaka wearing pink there too to show.
Yes, boy, I tell you, that's great. Is that a Rosie's Place around the corner? What is that one? Oh, it's a project.
Yeah.
Pine Street Inn.
Pine Street Inn.
No. It's in the. Do you supposed to say where Rosie's Place is ours?
Yeah.
But they don't know which ones they are in it. Yeah, there's
Is it
one.
more than one?
There's a couple. There's one like 2 streets down from me.
Really?
I think that's a Rosie's Place.
That's Hope.
Oh,
Hope people.
Project Hope.
Project Hope. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because it's got a little place. It's nice. We walk by it all the time. It's nice. It's Sparky, I want to go in there so bad. But anyhow, we're gonna go to a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we'll be talking to Nikki Styles, who's gonna be telling us about a beauty soiree that is coming up next week. So make sure that all of you beauty aficionados who are into hair, beauty, style, estheticians.
Yes.
Skin. All of those things that you tune in. It's going to be a brunch. That means there's food, and we'll tell you all about it soon. Spark FM Online, number one for urban and Caribbean music. We'll be right back.
Spark FM. Spark FM.
This is a message from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Travel increases your chance of getting and spreading COVID-19. Take steps to protect yourself and others. Wear a mask that completely covers your nose and mouth. Masks are required on planes, buses, trains, and other forms of public transportation traveling into, within, or outside of the U.S. and in U.S. transportation hubs such as airports and stations. Stay at least 6 feet away from others. Wash your hands often, and watch for symptoms of COVID-19. When traveling back to the U.S., you must show a negative COVID-19 test result or have documentation of recovery from COVID-19 before boarding your flight back to the U.S. Visit cdc.gov/COVID-19 travel to learn more about travel requirements and recommendations.
Finally Home is a must-read step-by-step guide that will equip any first-time home buyer with the knowledge they need to confidently make informed decisions. This book provides answers in simple and clear terms to most, if not all, of the questions you may have about credit, home ownership, and generational wealth. Finally Home equips the reader with the confidence to be engaged with the home buying process without feeling vulnerable or exploited. Tailor-made Real Estate Easy is not just a catchy hashtag. It is real estate agent and radio personality Taylor Andre's goal, a goal to simplify one of the most challenging processes you will go through as an adult. A goal to educate you properly on credit and teach you the strategies to finding the home of your dream. It is not just a good book or an easy read. It is the secret to a seamless home buying experience.
Hi, it's Tori DeVito. In every family, small conversations can make a big impact. I grew up on tour with my parents. Kind of different, but we bonded over music just like other families do over sports, camping, or other interests. And we talked. Little everyday conversations from silly to serious that built a foundation over time. Honest conversations, like when my dad shared his experiences as an alcoholic.
Your honesty about that part of your life gave me a sense of integrity that I wanted to uphold in my own life. And I was so grateful that you and Mom had become these sober, stable people who were always there for me.
I wanted you to know from someone who's been in recovery more than 30 years now that hard work is what creates success, not alcohol or other drugs, whether it's music or anything else. I said it a lot, and I'm glad you took it to heart.
Talk, they hear you. For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Spark FM.
Wheezy boy, make me dance. Daddy-o, make me dance.
Igniting the airwaves. Spark FM. Join us on Facebook and Instagram at sparkfmonline.com. Turn us up.
Tell me how you want it, yeah. Call me and I'm over.
Spark FM.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. We are back in the building. Spark FM Online, number one for urban and Caribbean music. You can listen to us here on the morning show Monday through Friday from 9 to 11 a.m. And we are streaming all over the place. Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Linstagram, and Finstagram. Twitch. Mitch, and all of it. And go ahead and download that app one time. You go right into your applications if you have an iPhone, and you write in Spark FM Radio, and it pops right up. You download it, press listen live. Now we go where you go, and we wanted you to get in the know. I am stalling as Tristan does his thing with our esteemed guest. But let me go ahead and just introduce her one time. We asked you to put your hands together and welcome to the stage right now, Miss Nikki, a.k.a. Well, you're Shaniqua, a.k.a. Nikki. She is the CEO of Naomi Monique LLC and Nikki Styles brand. She's an esteemed hair stylist and healthcare beauty queen. I made that. You like that? I made that last part up, but you like it. You can keep it. You can keep it.
Oh yeah, I'll keep it.
Good morning, Nikki. How are you? Welcome to Spark FM Online. It's so awesome to have you here.
Hey, it's awesome to be here.
So tell us, I gave them a little impromptu introduction. Tell us who you are and what you do. And why I ask this is because people often don't give enough, I wouldn't say respect, but I don't think people really understand how beauty professionals help us daily. Because I know, like, just the other day, my sister was like, I'm about to go spend a day with my beauty girl, and she's going to do all these things. And at the end of that time, what stylists and beauty professionals do is make people feel amazing. So tell us about what you do, and we'll get into that after that.
Okay, so I do a million things.
The
main things that I do are provide hair services as well as education. So right now I'm heavy in my education bag and my event planning vibes. I want to basically spread all my knowledge to everyone and then connect everyone around me together so that we can grow together. So that's really what I'm working on right now. I still am styling, but I am going to cool down from that a lot next year. So that's pretty much why I'm kind of facilitating all these events and trying to teach all these people, because I do want to pass my clients along. And
pass them along.
I will keep a true few. They're already jumping on my back. I've been telling them every appointment. But education is definitely the direction that I'm going in.
That's right. Each one, teach one.
Exactly. So I'm like, if I can create 20,000 million of me, right?
Yeah.
That
then
makes
maybe
a
I
lot
can
of
just
sense. You could just sit back and relax,
and the world would be a better place.
Not really relax, but just a different thing.
That's one of my favorite quotes.
Direction.
I wish I had a few of me.
Yeah, I definitely need quite a few.
Yeah. Somebody said you're one of the best braiders in the city.
Who said that?
Big shout out to Shavella.
Thank
so
you.
lit.
She came to one of my classes.
So you do. So you actually teach people how to do hair. So a lot of people are like, I got a child, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
They can hire you to come show them how to braid and style hair.
Exactly. So right now, I actually am collaborating with BPS. I've done camps with BPS.
Really?
I've taught with DYS through Dreamcatchers Initiative.
Yeah.
I've also taught with a few community organizations. I've taught at Lincoln Sudbury through Medco program. And then I do my own private classes as well as group classes. So I can teach anybody how to braid.
Where do you do these things at?
Where? So the group classes and private classes I have at my family's venue in Randolph.
Okay.
So that's the next one for that is December 8th.
Yeah.
But if anyone has a group of more than 5, I can definitely facilitate that ahead of time, like on your own. Or also like private lessons. If you want to just do a one-on-one, I can do that as well.
Oh, yeah. That is good. Just to just jump over real quick. You said your family's event space. Tell me about that too.
So we have an event space that we just opened this year. It's actually a banquet hall. It's in Randolph, Mass. Right between Randolph, the main Randolph, and Braintree. So if you come from Braintree Mall, you drive up, you'll get right to it. It can hold up to 90 people.
Oh, nice.
And it's really cool and modern and chic. I know people say that about their own spaces, but I'm not just saying.
I've been there. It's very nice.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yes,
You have chandeliers and the black ceiling and 2 bathrooms, a little big one in case you need to change after you prepare for your event. You have a big bathroom there, so
beautiful.
That's good.
The same, is that near Genesios?
I have no idea. I know it's like on Main. It's on North Street.
North Main Street. Yeah.
North Street. So it's like straight shot from South Shore Plaza.
Very nice.
So you're a stylist, event hall owner. You're having a stylist event
at the event.
I see what we did. So tell us about High Tea, the stylist soiree. That sounds expensive. I like that.
Okay, so earlier this year, when we opened the space, I started it out with a networking event. It was called the Stylist Soiree, which I think is going to be my thing. Like the Stylist Soiree presents whatever else, right?
Very nice.
This one, High Tea, I'm like, ooh, play on words. High
tea. Yes. Give me the tea. You can drink tea or you can tell some tea.
Exactly. So I actually do have a tea vendor, Glow's Tea, which is tagged like on my page. And I also have TT. Ooh, TT with the food, okay?
See, a whole lot of food.
Yeah.
Right?
Hello.
Yeah.
If you were here for the grand opening, you had them sliders, boy.
Very nice.
Sliders saved my life at the end of the day, boy.
Honestly, if you've never tried TT sliders before, like you need to tap in. I'm not even playing. Like if you only come to the event for the sliders, I mean you winning. Then you're winning, right? But really and truly, it was just like let's get a different idea. Like let's get a brunch together. People like brunch. They tend to dress up, and also getting beauty professionals together in Boston. Not saying that it doesn't happen, but I mean there's always room for improvement and also just collaborations and other efforts. You know, so creating a space where we can all come together, as well as find people like photographers, videographers, anyone else that's in that stylist space. So fashion people, makeup, hair, everyone could come together and kind of play off of each other and learn from each other. So what I did do differently from the first event is now I have a panel. And I'm so excited about this panel.
Tell us about your panel.
I'm so excited because like I'm really like a fangirl of people. Like I know it's kind of weird, but like I know a lot of people, but then I'm still like a fangirl of them. Like Danielle, I'm like, oh my god. Even though like we're cool. But so I have on this panel Aku, who is the founder of Boleskin Babe.
Big shout out to Aku.
Okay, like these people, it's just like Danielle said, like people really don't like, I don't know if they don't know about themselves or what, but it's just like Aku is dope. Like she had her first salon on Newbury Street. Yeah. Okay, like a black African woman on Newbury Street is crazy to me.
And now she has 3.
Now she has the 3. Yeah. She has like a huge one across from I think it's like State Street or something.
Yeah.
Chris. Like yo, a black-owned spa, crazy. So she's coming. I have Melinda, who's Crowned by Her.
So Crowned by Her, I think I would lose my mind,
girl,
if I ever met her because I followed her from the time when she had like 2,000 followers. Now she has like 200,000 million because her work is impeccable.
Yes. So Crowned by Her is definitely another one who's going to be on the panel. Another girl I'm a fangirl of and friends with. Whatever. I guess all my friends are dope. I don't know. Anyways, so
that says a lot of good things about you.
So Crowned by Her, exemplary with the weaves, the sew-ins, the wigs, like. And the main thing about her is that she was able to get to like 6 figures before the age of 25 by online tutorial sales.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like I'm bringing people together that you guys can learn from.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The next person is Shanita, again, fangirl.
And Salvage Roots, fangirl for a long time, so it's
for a long time.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh my god, people actually are like responding, and that's cool.
That's awesome.
She is a salon owner, and she's also a winner of one of the space grants. So she's gonna be doing even more. So we want to know what she's about to do. So you know, come stay tuned, check it out. And then the last person that's on the panel is Alexis B. Major. Now this is on traditional, I guess. She actually is a part of a group that created the first fully functioning pre-vocational barbershop in the DYS system, like the youth facility.
What's that mean? Yeah.
So basically, like I go in, that's one of the programs that I teach with.
Yeah.
I go into the youth facilities, Canterbury and Harvard Street, right? And there's actually a salon and barbershop. So right now we're working on a salon, but there's a fully functioning barbershop, like with chairs, clippers, all that stuff, where they teach the guys and girls how to cut hair, how to do hair.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's part of the DYS program?
Yeah, it's part of Dreamcatchers Initiative, who partners with DYS to provide this program.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
I love
that's
that.
actually like the first in Massachusetts. If I'm not mistaken, it may be the first in the country in the youth facilities.
That's, you know why that's awesome, because when a lot of these kids come out of you know, programs like that, they have this stigma that's attached to them, and it's really hard for them to find jobs and be successful. And they come out with that skill, they can be very, very independent. That's amazing.
Exactly.
I think that's so cool.
Yes. So we're like throwing everyone together, even things that people didn't think about. Because it's like, how would you know about that unless you unless you know?
What do you hope comes from this event? It is one of first of many.
Yes.
In this capacity. What do you hope that people leave this event with, all of these superstar beauty legends or icons for Boston and things? What do you hope that people take away from this?
So my main objective in anything that I do in life is empowerment. So I really hope that people are like fired up and empowered and like, okay, she came from this, she's here, I can do it too.
Yeah.
Right?
I love that.
So like even our host, DJ Royal Bree, you know,
Let's go, Royal Bree.
Spark FM's own. We've watched her go from mentee to promoter to
To a brand.
scared to go on the radio now to international DJ in Japan, Amsterdam. Like it's like the women haven't started from, it's not like everyone started from this great place. Like everyone came from humble beginnings and now they're doing great things. So that's really what I want people to take away from the event. Like get inspired and collaborate, right?
Let me give a special shout out to Bree, because Bree used to be in my sound, Vital Rhythms. And what happens is when, you know, Bree was very hungry and she always wanted to do a lot, but people didn't empower her in the group. And she went and did her own thing. And I mean, I'm not mad at her at all. Every time I see her, I tell her I'm proud of her. So.
I like.
Me too.
You know, she's grown to be one of my favorite people, and I really, really, really admire that girl, that young woman.
Her support is impeccable, and I do hope that people support her and big her up the way that she do, because she. I love it. I love that little. I'ma do it.
I love it. I love it. I love that for her. Absolutely.
So Nikki, this is dope. I'm really excited about this. I'm definitely gonna pull up, even though I'm not a beauty aficionado, but I want to learn because I gotta go be crowned by her. So I'm like, hey, what's up? Give me a little hairdo. Give me a little hairdo.
Somebody also, to what you just asked her, I think you should also, we want to see more support in Boston.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right now, there's a Black Renaissance going on out here, and it needs to be told. We need to share this story. When people in Atlanta do something like this, the Black people all get dressed up.
Right.
Go out in their nice Sunday clothes. And they act their age.
They sure do.
Black Boston is on the rise, and I love that. For
How
us.
I imagine this is like beauty professional elites going to meet in one place to bond. So like, I want to see like the fashion. I want to see the networking and collaborations forming and things like that. And I think that is what one of your goals is, to really kind of connect people together. Like you said, we've seen all of these people in some capacity, in some way, but have we ever seen them in one room telling us, dropping gems and tea, high tea, see what I did there, to help people to get to the levels in which they are. These are people who've been out here doing a lot of work for a long time. And I think it's dope that they're now being highlighted in this fashion. So this is dope.
And we'd be remiss if we don't mention that it's Black women.
Hello, it's Black
that
women.
are doing these
Black
things.
women, Black owned venue, Black host.
Love
Black,
it.
Black professional, all
of it.
Black on Black on Black. I'm rooting for everybody Black, okay? Because these are the types of things that we need to be able to see when we start to build, like Tristan said, this Black Renaissance and these Wall Streets, and really kind of owning our own everything, our story, our narrative, our professions and whatever.
Our legacy.
These are people coming together to kind of just be together, and I love it. I love it. So we posted the link to the event in the comment section.
Do you have to be a beauty professional in order to attend?
No, you do not have to be, because a lot of times people are involved in so many things that they aren't even conscious of. It's like right now I'm a part of like 3 nonprofits. I'm teaching at all these schools. I have the clients alone are a network, right?
Yeah.
So it's just like anyone who gets in the room,
Yeah.
it will be an addition to the room.
Yeah.
Because you start talking about something and then all of a sudden someone's like, oh my God, wait. Like yesterday I was at the Fashion Week, right?
Yes.
Caribbean Fashion Week. I think it was like the opening
Yeah.
with the award ceremony.
Yep.
And by the end, one of the persons who was a panelist, who is like, she was a panelist for fashion,
Yeah.
she actually works in finance. By the end of it, she was talking to 3 people about giving them a job.
Oh,
So it's just
see?
like,
Yeah.
anyone can be in the room. Like,
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
I love this.
Awesome. Thank you for putting together something like this.
Absolutely. And if you ever want to teach in them classes, I'm gonna put together some students to come in here and learn how to do their hair and
Me?
stuff like
I would
that.
love to do that.
I got this little boy with all this damn hair, and I don't know what to do with it.
What I'm supposed to do?
And what to you doing teaching it in the jail is really dope because for one that has been incarcerated, there's there's amateur barbers in there and they're messing people's heads up because they're not cleaning their stuff. They don't know, they just don't know what they're doing. So the fact that
DCI is like
actually doing have you
dope for
teaching them is dope.
Yeah.
Is it when you teach in the prisons? Is it only men and women? Is it only women?
So I work with an organization called Dreamcatchers Initiative.
Yeah.
They have like multiple programs. They have like 4 different programs. Some of them are in the jails. Some of them are outside of the jails. Probably, obviously, prevention. But when they go in, there's other instructors as well, and they teach them like the actual fundamentals. So most of the instructors are instructors outside of school as well.
Yeah.
So they're teaching them the theory as well as application.
Oh, okay.
I had the idea that I wanted to be a barber. I was like, you know what? I want to be a barber.
I said, I'm about to go to jail and be a part of this program so I can learn.
I don't know. I think you're more useful outside.
I think I could be.
Maybe when the kids come home, if they want to do radio, we can send them your way.
Hello.
Yeah,
Right.
like
Let's actually do that.
Let me not go find them. Let them come find me is what I hear you guys
Right,
say.
yes.
Also, is the Dreamcatchers Initiative, does that have anything to do with Meek Mill?
No.
Okay.
But I definitely will send you guys over the information because I think it would be pretty dope for like, not for me to like plug another interview during my interview, but
No, it is.
they are dope.
Let's plug
gotta
it in
talk to
because we
them.
definitely want to talk to them.
Yeah.
We want to talk to all the people that's out here doing great things.
Yeah.
With that said, we got to go to another commercial break. Nikki, I'm excited about this event. I'm excited
and
about
nervous.
you because I fangirl over you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we see what you do not only with mass and hair
Yes.
and teaching and whatever. This girl whipped up like 400 baby costumes in like 13 hours.
Yeah.
And I think it's dope because when you think about creatives, you always think about like artists and blah, blah, blah. You know, to be a hairstylist and do the type of things that you do that I've seen on the line, ooh, that is art.
Yeah.
That is artwork.
Artwork.
Go follow her pages. What are your Instagram pictures and pages?
So
Where can they find you?
my Instagram main page is at Nick Styles, NIKNIKSTYLES. If you follow Nick Styles, you'll find everything else.
Nick Styles. It all collects to whatever. Go look at her work. It's phenomenal. And go ahead and book it. And come to the soiree. Go to high
Soiree,
tea.
we want to see you.
We want to see you guys and be cute too, because it's
Definitely be cute.
Be cute.
Because that's in the,
That's a
contact Fashion Week if you need any help. There's a lot of stylists that I saw last night.
He was like,
They can help you out. But like they said, the most important thing is coming comfortable and being yourself. So
and dress nice. With that said, people, we're gonna go to a next commercial break. We'll be right back in a few moments. Keep it locked right here. Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Let's start with the big question.
The all-new Spark FM.
JP Morgan Chase is making a global commitment to break down barriers to drive inclusive economic growth all over the world. We believe there is a pressing need to help more people move up the economic ladder. That is why we are investing in communities and people to create an economy that works for all, because no community should be left behind. Right here in Boston, we're focusing that work in Dorchester, Roxbury, and Mattapan, among other neighborhoods, on improving financial health. These efforts aim to address the key drivers of the racial wealth divide head-on. We're here to empower individuals, families, and small businesses by connecting them to the tools that build generational wealth and a long-lasting legacy. Chase is investing in Boston. Chase is investing in you. Visit us at the Mattapan branch at 1617 Blue Hill Avenue, where the team is waiting to help.
Hello, I'm Marissa Jarrett Winoker. Performing on stage takes mental and physical preparation. But one thing I never thought to prepare for was cervical cancer. 91% of cervical cancers are caused by the human papillomavirus, or HPV. 1 in every 4 Americans is infected with HPV. For many people, the virus hides inside them, and they never develop symptoms. But for others, HPV links directly to cancer. My cancer almost ended my career. It almost ended me. The good news is, there are vaccines that can protect you or your children from cancer. The HPV vaccine is recommended for children 11 to 12 years old, and a catch-up vaccine may be an option for teens and young adults. Talk to your doctor. You don't want HPV hiding inside of you. Go to thinkaboutthelink.org to learn more. Together, we can stop cancer before it starts.
Did you get a call or message that mentioned Social Security that made you feel threatened or scared? That is not the Social Security Administration. Social Security will not threaten you, press you for personal information, or demand instant payment. Social Security does not accept payments by gift card, prepaid debit card, internet currency, or by mailing cash. Criminals use these forms of payment because they are hard to trace. Don't fall for it. Hang up, ignore them. Report this criminal activity to oig.ssa.gov.
Produced at U.S. Tax.
Want to give your baby a head start? Get the best protection against flu and COVID-19. Because their immune system isn't fully developed at birth, babies need additional protection. When you get vaccinated while pregnant, it can keep you and your baby from getting sick. As they get older, this can result in more time in school and daycare for them, and more productive time at work for you. Vaccines are safe and effective for children as they grow. No matter where you are on your pregnancy journey, flu and COVID vaccines can boost your and your baby's natural defenses and protect your family. Stay up to date with your vaccines, stay healthy. Talk with your trusted healthcare provider today. Brought to you by the Boston Public Health.
Spark FM.
I know you nasty. She be touching on her own body.
Igniting the airwaves. Spark FM.
Said she wanna take me away. Said she wanna take me away. Said she wanna show me the way.
Join us on Facebook and Instagram at sparkfmonline.com. Turn us up. Spark FM.
Spark FM Online. #1 for urban and Caribbean music. We are back in the building. We just got off the line with Nikki, and we're talking about the high tea soiree that's going down on October 27th. Make sure that you visit the link in the comment section or go straight to our Instagram page where you can find all the information, flyers about the event, and all that you need to know about what is going on and what is happening.
Yeah.
With that said, people, let's get into our national and world news. Miss Tony, what's poppin'?
Well, you know, our girl Kamala Harris has been going around doing interviews everywhere. Anybody to listen, Kamala's like, I'm gonna talk to him. She was on the Who's Your Daddy podcast. She spoke to Charlamagne the God the other day, and last night she crossed enemy lines and went and did an interview on Fox News. Vice President Kamala Harris continued her media blitz on Wednesday evening with a contentious interview on Fox News, her first appearance on the right-leaning network. The 30-minute interview with chief political reporter Brett Baier started on a tense note, with Baier asking Harris to estimate how many illegal immigrants she thought the Biden administration had released into the country in the last 3.5 years.
Is there any video from this thing?
There has to be one. As Harris began her answer, Baier repeatedly interrupted her in an attempt to have her provide a hard number. In the middle of responding to the point you're raising, Harris told Beer, "I'd like to finish." From there, the clashes continued. Here are some of the major takeaways from the interview. Okay, so Harris denied that she wants to decriminalize unauthorized border crossings. During the initial back and forth on the subject of immigration and border security, Harris said she did not and does not support the decriminalizing unauthorized border crossings into the United States. "We have a broken immigration system that needs to be repaired," she told Beer. "I am very clear, as is Tim Walz, that we must support and enforce federal law, and that's what we will do."
I think I have a few for you here.
I have one too.
Oh, go ahead.
Here it is. Here's a piano.
What you just showed, in all fairness and respect to you.
The question that we.
Here are the 4 biggest takeaways from Kamala Harris's Fox News interview. 1. How combative it was. The discussion covered various contentious topics, including immigration, the economy, and Biden's mental fitness. Harris's approach was assertive, as she repeatedly interrupted Bayer to make her points.
And respect to you.
The question.
2. She tried to distance herself from Biden. When asked about this clip,
"You have done something differently than President Biden during the past 4 years."
There is not a thing that comes to mind.
Harris stated, quote, "My presidency would not be a continuation of Joe Biden's presidency," emphasizing her desire to bring her own life and professional experiences to the role. 3. Harris deflected questions about Biden's mental state. Harris sidestepped Bayer's questions about Biden's mental fitness.
Definitely
when
from
further
someone
pressed
at
on the issue,
Fox.
Harris responded.
I said this clip is definitely from someone who does not like her.
She even questioned Trump's mental state, saying, quote, "He's not stable." 4. The issue of gender surgery for prisoners was raised. Harris faced tough questions about her stance on using taxpayer money for gender-affirming surgery for transgender inmates, including undocumented individuals.
I don't know. I mean, here goes. Here we go.
For the bipartisan, safer communities.
He asked her in this one.
The decision to terminate Remain in Mexico at the beginning of your administration?
At the beginning of our administration, within practically hours of taking the oath, the first bill that we offered Congress before we worked on infrastructure, before the Inflation Reduction Act, before the Chips and Science Act, before the bipartisan Safer Communities Act.
Do you regret the decision?
The first bill, practically within hours of taking the oath, was a bill to fix our immigration system.
Yes, ma'am. It was called the U.S. Citizenship Act of 2021.
Exactly.
It was essentially a pathway to citizenship for the... Yes, ma'am.
May I finish responding, please?
But
you have to let me finish,
You had the White House and the House and the Senate, and they didn't bring up that bill.
I'm in the middle of responding to the point you're raising, and I'd like to finish.
Yes, ma'am.
We have done a number of things, including to address our asylum system and put more resources, getting more judges. What we needed to do to tighten up penalties and increase penalties for illegal crossings. What we needed to do to deal with points of entry between border entry points. That's the work we did, and we worked.
I feel like there wasn't going. I feel like doing an interview on Fox 25. She knew exactly.
Not Fox 25.
20. What is it?
Fox News.
Fox News. Mm-hmm. I feel like she knew that she was going to get that type of hostility.
Yeah.
And you can't really combat that type of hostility without being able to be assertive and aggressive enough to say, "Listen, let me answer the damn question.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Why won't you let me answer the question?" I feel like in these things, though, I feel like the Republicans, I wonder what they hear, or Trump supporters, what they hear.
Mm-hmm.
You hear her not answering questions, but I have never in my life heard Donald Trump have an actual answer to anything that he has ever been asked. Like, are you a man? Donald Trump wouldn't even be able to say yes or no. I'm the best man that I was ever seen in America.
Yep.
I'm better than Jesus himself, and that's why I should be president. Like, that's not the answer.
That's the thing. The Trump supporters really, really confused me. The big news over the weekend was, of course, Trump's rally that he had there in, what was that, Pennsylvania?
Yeah.
That he turned into a dance quote unquote party. And what was that? And what was that? But Trump supporters will support that foolishness rather than hearing this woman actually answer questions. He was at a town hall meeting that was set up for him to answer questions for the people in the town. Huh?
Is that in our news?
No,
it was.
it's not
Where
there 'cause
was it?
It was over the weekend.
I see that.
I'm gonna find it.
Yeah.
But you know, like those things, and that's what I was saying to myself as I was watching that. Like, what are the Trump supporters thinking, seeing? What is going through their minds as they watch this thing here?
Mike Nice, I see your comments that this wasn't a good interview for her. She kept bringing up Trump for everything. I often wonder what you guys want her to say.
Right.
She is literally running against one of the worst people in the history of America.
Of the world.
And you guys continue to compare her. I'm not saying you guys, I don't know if you're a Trump supporter,
yes,
but people continue to compare her to Donald Trump. And when I stand them up,
not a Spark FM listener.
when I stand Trump and Kamala up against each other, I'm trying to figure out why you guys despise her so much and give a blie to him.
The thing is that she kept on bringing up Donald Trump. Does Donald Trump not only just bring up her and Joe Biden
and
Obama?
And Obama. Like, he brings up everybody else except everybody else and himself and nothing else. He never says anything else. Go to she deflects. I want her to answer the question, not deflect. I'm not voting for either. But why don't you give the same energy to him? If you're not voting, that's fine. But why do you guys expect so much from her and absolutely nothing at all from him? Like, you won't vote for him and you won't vote for her, but y'all will badmouth her over and over and over again and literally not ever say anything about Trump. And I don't get that part. That's what I don't understand. Explain it to me. I want her to answer. I want him to answer some questions. How come he don't get to answer?
Stop it, man, brother. Stop it, brother.
And that's the thing. Like, I want her to answer some questions, but like you said, I want him to answer questions, and he did to the point where he will not even provide the opportunity for people to ask him questions, let alone to answer questions.
So let me give them an update on this weekend. Over the weekend, Donald Trump had a rally, and he decided that, hey, we might as well turn this into a party. Y'all want to talk?
And it was supposed to be a rally for them to be able to ask questions about many things that they have concerned about, and instead, this is what happened.
Not
right
do any
here.
more questions. Let's just listen to music. Let's make it into a music. Who the hell wants to hear questions, right? Let me hear that music, please.
Everyone, let's thank President Trump.
Nice and loud.
God bless you.
Like Mike is doing that.
This is the man's world. So play YMCA. Go ahead. Let's go. Nice and loud.
Here we go, everybody.
Oh, I'm surprised he played that.
Music up. Turn it up. Great song.
It goes like this.
So y'all see this man literally say, ain't nobody want to hear no questions or answer no questions. And y'all be like, we just want Kamala to answer questions. But we'll go to a Trump rally, not get anything answered, but sing a bunch of songs. And for some reason, y'all like, yeah, I hate her. She's the worst. She can't answer nothing.
She's a black woman. She's a black woman. She will never do right in the eyes of some black men.
Speaking of black, so Obama has been in trouble over the last couple of days for addressing black men being afraid to vote for a black woman.
Yep.
And there's a lot of black men that have become very offended, and usually those are the Trump supporters in general, who are very, very, very upset about it. I think that the black men that don't fall into that category wasn't offended at all by it.
At all.
So I'm wondering, for people like you, Mike Nice, what do you take of all of what do you think about this?
Also, I also want to shout out our own Jaquetta from Politics and Prosecco will be hosting a
town hall.
Town hall, was that last night?
I think it's coming up. Let's see.
So she's going to be hosting this with James Lambert III, aka AI, and it's called Black Men's Views on Kamala Harris. Unfiltered Voices with James Lambert III, Black Men's Views on Kamala Harris, co-hosted by our own Jaquetta from
is
Prosecco.
Wednesday.
Yep, Wednesday the 23rd.
Yep.
That's coming up Wednesday the 23rd. That's going to be from 6 to 8 p.m. at 2378 Washington Street in Roxbury. I think that's going to be such an interesting event.
I'm going to go to it.
Cleon Byron, Jawan Skeens, Antonio Miles, Will
So I think
and,
it's
Dana Supreme Richardson, who is from BLM in Rhode Island, will be there talking about their opinions on Kamala.
I believe one of the biggest problems people have for Kamala is that she was a
prosecutor. Mm-hmm.
And that's the main problem.
I think that is all of those things that she said, because that doesn't come up anymore as much, is that she put all these black men in jail.
Well, it came up in the Charlemagne interview.
Yeah.
And she, you know.
I mean, there's lots of research and information that shows that was not true at all.
Right. Yeah.
That, like, at all.
Yeah.
None of that was true. And that was from this little white girl named Tootsie somebody, who was on the Republican thing when she was running for president around the first time, said all these things, and they chopped it up and they ran with that clip to help diminish her campaign. And it's just not true. Evans, yes, we here at Spark FM are extremely biased.
Yeah.
Like, not even biased. Like, we are extremely anti-Trump, anti-MAGA, like 100%.
And that's what it is at the end of the day. It's not about Kamala Harris, here. It's about not Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's about not getting Donald Trump to be in office. And Kamala Harris, she's not flawless. Right, absolutely not. But she's absolutely a better choice than Donald Trump.
Finn, you said, why the focus on black men? Because that's all y'all keep saying. Not y'all, whoever is a Trump supporter, that's all they keep talking about is what's she gonna do for black men and what's she gonna do for black men. So then when she comes out with policies for black men, you're like, why is she now focusing on black men? Y'all cannot be pleased, and that is what the problem in relationships
but this is
or politics.
You're going somewhere where we can't go.
So another problem. This isn't just with black men. This is with black people.
Yeah.
You could tell black people anything, and they will run with it.
Yes, absolutely.
They will go and run and tell the mountain, and without getting the actual facts.
This is true.
And
unfortunately,
that's true. And I've seen a lot of black women too. So I'm not even gonna sit here and hold you black men, because I've seen a lot of they're usually very stupid women as well.
The pick-me's.
Like super pick-me's, or I don't even know what to call them. But I've seen a lot of black women just saying things, and it's so repetitive to what we have already heard every time, all the time. That's already been debunked and fact checked. And it just seems like nobody cares about the facts. It's just like, oh, I just want this black woman to not be there. I don't want her to be there. She was weird. The deciding vote on tax on tips. There's not a lot of deciding votes. We don't own the house. Like, she couldn't decide on a lot because the Republicans shot everything down most of all the time. I just want you guys to open a Google. Just type it into Google before you type here into the comment section. Type your question into the Google, and then you come back, and then you type another question in, because y'all I see y'all not to Googling.
Yeah. Moving on, an Arkansas father is arrested in a fatal shooting of a man found in a car with his 14-year-old daughter. The daughter went missing, and so Aaron Spencer was arrested on a preliminary murder charge and released on bond. But the local sheriff's office says no charges have been filed. An Arkansas father was arrested after allegedly fatally shooting a man he found in a car with his missing child, authorities say. Aaron Spencer was arrested on a first-degree murder preliminary charge and was taken to the Lanoke County Detention Center after the deadly Tuesday, October 8th shooting, the sheriff's office said in a press conference. That afternoon, deputies were called to a home on Highway 236 in response to a missing child report. While on the way there, they were notified that Spencer, the child's father, had found the child in a car with another man named Michael Fosler, according to the sheriff's office. At some point, a confrontation between the two men ensued, resulting in a shooting. The sheriff's office say Fosler pronounced dead at the scene, where Spencer was taken into custody. The sheriff's office confirmed to USA Today that the missing child was Spencer's 14-year-old daughter, and said Foster was in his mid-60s, was in his 60s. Jail records show Spencer has since posted bail and was released on Wednesday. The sheriff's office described the murder charge as preliminary to the outlet, noting a video later posted to the agency's Facebook page that it is prosecutors who decide the file charges in criminal cases, not law enforcement. Lonoke County Sheriff John Staley said no official charges have been filed. I have not nor will advocate for any specific charges. This is a tragic situation, and my thoughts and prayers are with all those involved. Authorities did not specify what led to the incident. According to Staley, the investigation is ongoing, and only limited details can be released.
Interesting.
Oh, so it says Fossler was arrested in a different jurisdiction in July on suspicion of internet stalking a child and sexual assault, but was released on bond. This is the guy that ended up dying. So he was a pervert. Execution of Texas inmate scheduled for today, now in question after he's called to testify before a state committee. So this is, I've been seeing a lot of things about this guy too. This is the one with the shaken baby syndrome, but the child was never shaken. So right now it seems like it's scheduled for today, now in question. So it's barring intervention by the court or the governor. Texas on Thursday is scheduled to execute death row inmate Robert Robinson, who claims he was wrongfully convicted of abusing his 2-year-old daughter until she died.
Oh, God.
But the status of the execution process is now unclear after an extraordinary decision by a Texas House committee Wednesday night to subpoena Robertson to testify as it records the lawfulness of his conviction. This extraordinary and unprecedented maneuver reflects how seriously Texas legislators have evaluated concerns in Mr. Robinson's case. They are also sending an urgent public message to Governor Greg Abbott that they, like so many others, do not believe Mr. Robinson should be executed. The Texas Department of Criminal Justice has not announced whether Robinson's execution will be delayed due to the subpoena from the Texas Committee on Criminal Justice. He's the one that they said shaken baby syndrome to his daughter, but his daughter
it was never shaken. Why is he getting the death penalty for that? And like, if he, why? Sometimes when there's evidence of the when it's a case of the stabbing and there's no stab wound or stab. What are we arresting? What are we doing? What are we saying? That they was stabbed, but the theory of them stabbed. Like, what is it? The baby wasn't shook.
No, she wasn't. She died from natural causes, including illness and medicine, now seen as unfit for a child of such a sickly child. But she was sickly, but it wasn't determined to be homicide by the medical examiner.
So what is the problem? Isn't that something that you opened the jailhouse and let him walk out of the jail for?
Yeah.
The man's already suffering because his daughter died, and y'all are trying to chump him up on charges that he didn't do?
Trump it up.
Trump it up. Exactly. Yeah. Trump up the charges.
There's all this talk about the Menendez brothers and releasing them.
So I started watching the movie over in the plane ride. And then I had to Wikipedia last night because I was watching it some more to find out the full story even while I'm watching it.
Sick people.
I'm confused about what the support for the Menendez brothers is about. Not fine. It's horrible that they were sexually abused by their father. It's horrible. But I'm not sure when it became okay for you to premeditate, plan a brutal, horrible execution of your parents and then be like, and then go on after that, pretending like you didn't have anything to do with it and spending a large amount of money and acting like two little spoiled jerks in the wake of your brutal killing of your parents.
Yeah.
I'm confused about why people like Kim Kardashian and then the family of the Menendez are coming to these children's aid when they blew the face, hands, torsos out. They shot the mother 10 times. They shot the mother 8 times, then went outside, reloaded the gun, and went back in, and while she was crawling, still shot up from shotguns, they shot her again until she was dead. They shot the father's face off, and his hands and his fingers. Yeah. I'm confused. Somebody talk to me. Somebody help me.
I don't know.
Help.
Did you finish the movie? Did you the show?
I'm not finished. I think I'm on like episode 5, and there's like 9. The whole first 4 episodes is about how terribly these boys was, and then it finally starts to get into the sexual assault after the lawyer came and started to help them figure out how much sexual assault they had.
Yeah, a lot of the family, I was seeing it on the news yesterday, cousins and the sister, their aunt, all of these people are coming out and saying how these boys need to be released because they were sexually abused by their parents or by their father, and the mother let it happen. I also learned yesterday that one of the members of Menudo actually accused the father of sexual assault after he was posthumous came out and said that he was also sexually abused because the father was a record executive, right?
Yeah, he was.
So yeah, a lot going on. I have not watched. I'm not really interested in watching.
I think it's pretty interesting. It's a very good dramatization, but it's to see how they set it up and then to see how they went about it and how they behaved after. Mm-hmm. It's extremely just like, what's the question here? What are we talking about?
Yeah. So there's, again, lots of support for the Melendez brothers to be released. And speaking of releases, Big Meech. Big Meech has been released. He will finishing his sentence in a halfway house. He has been released from prison.
Maximum security prison.
The infamous co-founder of the Black Mafia family crime enterprise is out from behind bars, and he's now finishing his sentence in comfier surroundings in Florida. The Federal Bureau of Prisons tells the news Demetrius Big Meech Flannery was transferred Tuesday from FCI Coleman Low in Wildwood to community confinement overseen by the BOP's Miami Residential Reentry Management Office. Our sources say Big Meech is now serving his sentence in a halfway house. Big Meech was arrested in 2005, and in 2008 he was sentenced to 30 years in prison after being convicted on charges related to drug trafficking and money laundering. Earlier this year, a judge shortened his sentence by almost 3 years. It's unclear when Big Meech will officially finish his sentence, but the big thing here is he's no longer in federal prison. Brittany K. Barnett, attorney for Big Meech and co-founder of the Buried Alive Project, says she's overjoyed Flannery is free after nearly 20 years behind bars, and that he used his time in prison to focus on his own personal growth, and he has the opportunity now to start a new chapter in his life. Meanwhile, 50 Cent has been the front runner in keeping the BMF story alive, delivering a successful docuseries and a TV series, even turning Big Meech's son, Lil Meech, into a legit actor.
How do you guys feel about these types of things? It's known drug dealers. They have murdered, sold drugs, dilapidated neighborhoods, and things like that. How come we be so excited for them to get out of jail?
Because of the story that came out.
It seems like he's turned his life around. A lot of people are comparing him with like Billy and Wallow.
Yeah.
They said that he's very encouraging to the kids and stuff. So hopefully he's trying to be a support system for next generations coming.
I guess I say that because we were just talking about the Menendez brothers, and they shouldn't be released because they killed 2 people. Versus somebody like Big Meech, who, dramatization shows that they've got into many brawls and wars and killed many, many people. Mm-hmm. So again, I understand that they have changed, and they say that about the Menendez brothers too. They're in prison, they're helping people, they're teaching classes, they found God, they whatever. Are we freeing them too because of recidivism? Because then we don't have.
I think in the case of Big Meech, I think that the lifestyle of BMF was glorified by music.
Yeah.
And so music is severely influential on everything that we do in life. And so because of that, because we got to know their story, then 50 Cent made this thing. Mm-hmm. Before 50 Cent, I think there were other documentaries on how they ran their business.
Yeah.
And I think that's what happened there. So that's where all the hype comes from.
And maybe it was like violence upon violence because they weren't dealing necessarily with real people. They were dealing with other gangsters.
Right. Yeah. And I think the way that they ran their business, the black mafia family, like things like that is just, it's hype.
Glorified.
Yeah.
They were real flashy too. So
Right. Yeah.
Hey, I'm not out here vouching for no rich, privileged white boys, so I'm not. Right. That's not my stance at all. I was just making a little.
Yeah. Have y'all watched what's the show name? The show Atlanta show.
Atlanta.
With Kevin Hart and Samuel Jackson and Taja Tarab.
Oh, Gangsters.
No, wasn't it?
Fight Night.
Fight Night. Yeah.
Did you guys finish?
I haven't finished.
No, I gotta go back to Fight Night.
I gotta go watch it from the beginning.
I know, because all my it's fall.
This is
All
the
the
fall, all
shows
the
is on.
shows, all the shows.
Abbott Elementary, 911, all of them, everything's back. But I do have to go finish Fight Night. What was I watching? Oh, I finished The Circle last night.
You just spoke about a movie called Amber Alert. I haven't heard about that.
Oh, I've heard about Amber Alert. The fourth season of BMF has been greenlit, and it will be coming back.
It's gonna be. I wonder if they're gonna. I wonder now that he's in a halfway house, if he has like if he could be a part of it. You know, can he start to
They probably won't do
voiceovers?
it now, but they'll probably do it the next couple of seasons.
Interesting. Go ahead. We're gonna entertainment.
Oh, so yeah, rolling into entertainment with that. Diddy was sued by another woman who claims he raped her with a remote after
Jesus Lord. Jesus.
After
damn
she
it.
said something about he had a part in Tupac. Diddy sued You Raped Me with a TV remote after Tupac murder diss. Diddy used a TV remote to assault a woman as payback for her telling him she believed he had something to do with Tupac's murder, at least according to a new lawsuit. The Bad Boy founder is being sued by a woman named Ashley Parham, who claims Diddy sexually assaulted her in a gangbang-style assault after she dissed him on a FaceTime call. According to the lawsuit, Parham met a friend at Diddy's at a bar in February 2018, and he called Diddy on FaceTime, but Parham says she wasn't impressed by the man's famous friend, telling Diddy to his face she thought he played a part in Pac's death. Parham claims Diddy told her she would pay for her Tupac comment and overall dismissal of him, and she says 1 month later, Diddy's friend set her up for Diddy to assault her.
Oh, jeez.
In her suit, Parham says the man she met at the bar invited her over to his Orinda, California home, and when she was there, Diddy showed up and told her she thought she could never see him in person. She says Diddy held a knife to the side of her face and told her he would give her a Glasgow smile in retaliation for her Tupac comments. Parham claims Diddy's top consultant, Christina Coram, was there too, and KK told Diddy not to cut Parham's face because they could sell her to potential clients for sex. Parham claims KK then threatened to ship her off anywhere in the world, never to see her family again. In the docs, Parham claims Diddy took off her clothes, removed the knife from her face, and then got a bottle of liquid from a large fanny pack, lubricant, and covered her body in a liquid substance. She says Diddy and KK tried to insert something into her vagina that they referred to as an IUD, but it malfunctioned, and then Diddy picked up a TV remote and violently inserted it into her, using the remote to violently assault her.
All right, what you do? This is foolishness.
Parham claims Diddy told her that her life was in his hands and that he could take her and she would never be seen again. And then he later violently assaulted her anally and instructed two other men to do the same, which she says they did. She also claims another man with Diddy assaulted her vaginally after the alleged gangbang style rape. Great. So,
See, I
don't
mean,
know. I can't.
These kind of things to me, opposite of you, Tristan, seem more. It seems I can see it happening.
Everything's too convenient. Everything is too convenient. All of a sudden, nobody has spoken about baby oil using nothing, and now all of a sudden the stuff is being poured all over your body, like.
Yeah.
Some of this stuff I don't think is.
I feel because we never heard about the baby oil before, nobody talked about it. But now that we are hearing about the baby oil, now there had to be a reason why there was so much. He wasn't just saving it for to oil his skin. There was a reason why there was so much of it. It seemed like he used it in abundance for many, many different situations. I don't know. I don't like Diddy gotta I don't know.
I mean, there's nothing he can do at this point.
Yeah.
It's just going to be more and more things coming out and coming out and coming out. It's just so really nasty, and he's in a very, very unfortunate position because there is no defense that he can do for himself in this, and it's just really nasty.
Yeah. There have been 9 people that have been associated with him that people are suing him. These people are people like, let me get through the list.
Jr.
We've got hip hop mogul, music producer Harvey Pierre. We got Cuba Gooding Jr. We have his son, Justin Combs. We also have Jacob the Jeweler.
Yeah, where did he come from?
Really? Jacob the Jeweler, huh?
Yeah.
Rapper Young Miami, she's in there too. Young Miami, let me see. She listed as being part of Combs' sex trafficking operation and accused of bringing Combs' Tusi, a drug sometimes called pink cocaine, on private jets.
Well, there's no way that Young Miami wasn't going to be tied up in this somehow.
Stevie J, Kalina Harper, singer Kalina Harper. Oh, that's the one that's the one who's suing him, right?
She's the one that lives here in Boston. Yeah.
And then. Oh, is that the one who
That's the one
that won't?
Yeah. Speak out against
and
him,
then Interscope Records co-founder Jimmy Levine. And then music group CEO Lucian Grange. So they're everybody's going down.
Yeah. Went down.
Everybody
going down again.
is going down.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right.
Well, that's.
We are gone over our time today.
We have. Let me see if there's anything else in there. Yeah, we'll get into all of these later on or something like that. But big shout out to Glorilla. Let me just give Glorilla a shout out because album.
I was bumping that album in Florida.
Absolutely.
Boy,
I love me some Glorilla.
Nice.
This is a nice album. I have listened. She got to pay me or something because I've listened to that thing over and over again. Especially that little Boosie remake, Wipe Me Down. That is with her and Sexy Red. Boy, that'll get you out of your seat right here.
I like Glorilla.
It's calling her
energy.
face, ass, titties. Her.
Her energy is great, man.
It is. With that said, people, thank you for joining us for another day of Saucy and Friends in the Morning. We'll be right back tomorrow for our F Word Friday. We'll get into our advice bag and we'll see what is popping up in the world. We will talk to you guys later. Have a blessed day. Peace and hair grease.
Bye-bye.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the Morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Advertise your business, brand, or music on Spark FM. Contact us at sparkfmonline.com for more information.
We all make choices about